be slaughtered.
Trent!
Fractal will not approve.
Pugna!
You know,
I
who's
love
a
you,
garbage
Fractal.
hero is Doom.
Yep.
Shut up.
Doom's
son.
pretty
He's
shit.
horrible.
He's got that rock golem steel though. That thing's like so good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come there,
haven't
chuck
seen
that
him
boulder.
We haven't seen him picked or banned in any game in this entire tournament.
Oh, no.
Visage has been picked before Doom.
He's getting first pick here,
Alright.
Shannon. It's happening.
I hope so. I like watching Doom.
I actually, I had a game where I played Doom the other day. For some reason, I got matched up with Korok, and he was Lena. Let's just say it didn't go very well. Let's just say both of those heroes are actually terrible.
Dazzle Huskar incoming for OG. Are you guys ready?
Dazzle Huskar.
Fuck.
All right.
Elder Titan for OG.
Well, if you're going to talk about OG, you might as well talk about Elder Titan. But
that.
at the same time, they did lose their main player of Elder Titan. We'll see if they get a good
Also.
replacement here.
True that.
Am I right? Sometimes
Well
I get
said.
confused.
No.
I think that Liquid and OG are the same team sometimes.
It's a difficult world out there.
I think Charix still plays a good Elder Titan, so
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine.
that'll be a problem.
All right, cool. Anyway,
So
other heroes we're excited about?
still a lot of good like 5-man death ball type heroes. You know, Tinker, Death Prophet, still a lot of, you know, like big ulti Warlock, Tide Hunter. Kind of the opposite of the strategy we laid out for Kaipi in terms of picking easy to execute, low coordination heroes, but there's a lot of wombo left to combo in here.
I think some wombos, you don't need much coordination, like Warlock, like you said, is...
That's true.
I mean, it's pretty hard to fuck that up.
Ancient Apparition, maybe an option. Hey, there's the
Hey!
Warlock. Oglogi 1.
God, I love Warlock. I know there's a lot of Warlock haters out there.
You know the combo I
fucking
miss?
great.
It's so cancer. Is Warlock Veno.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
slogans,
Cancer.
the poison.
Fatal Bonds with Poison Nova
Oh.
is so... All you need is the AA ult on top of that, and you're in,
Yeah, that's
Pound
true.
Town.
AA.
That was another one, the Veno AA. Yeah, good times. Well, not really.
Mhm.
Wasn't that fun
terrible
to watch?
times.
No.
Horrible, evil times.
I'm a fan.
We still have Sven in the pool. He's probably one of the biggest position ones that's still there. Someone who can actually attack golems.
Do
Bone
either of
7
these
is
teams
pretty
give a shit
form.
about Omni Knight?
All right, he's
Uh,
not
I don't
particularly
think OG do with Elder Titan.
good. No. We'll see though.
Hmm.
Oh.
Where's Pugna when you need him?
All right. Kaipi going straight as
Pick Pugna now.
pick Pugna.
Second
now.
pick Pugna now.
It's not gonna happen, dude.
I
Pugna's
think it's good
horrible.
against both those heroes.
How is he good against Slardar?
kidding me?
Decrepify.
No.
Decrepify is pretty good.
Yeah, and then you get stunned, and then by the time you're done being decrepified, he bashes you to death. It's
You
horrible.
decrep him and then suck him dry
But then he stuns you.
after the stun.
But what if he does it before?
Oh god. It's like some sort of weird Harry Potter idiot duel. Going back and forth.
That's something we haven't seen in a pro game, I don't think, right? The Harry Potter duel? Rubik
I don't
and
think
Pugna?
Yeah, because we see Pugna picked so much.
Yeah, that's
Rubik's not even picked that
a
much.
real shame.
Rubik's getting a little
He's
bit
getting
of
better,
love right now.
I mean, I'd say we're like the last year, Rubik has not been a top picked support for sure.
Yeah.
Seeing both of them in the same game is like,
Well, Dragon Knight picked up here by OG. Probably one of the most boring heroes, I think.
we've seen a couple of Dragon Knights. So we saw Sumail play it earlier.
Yeah. I don't know. Not a very flashy guy. He's like the dependable dude that thinks that the girls are gonna like him because he has a steady job, but he's got no pizzazz.
Yeah.
I'm not
pretty true.
gonna marry you.
I feel like every time we see Dragon Knight, the analysis at the end of the game is, wow, that was a really tough game for a Dragon Knight. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, that was a really great game for a Dragon Knight.
Because he needs an Aghanim Scepter, that's why.
One day, it's coming.
Constant dragon form, that's all you need to do. He's
No,
godlike.
dude.
That would be...
Agnum Scepter for Dragon Knight is Toothless Black Dragon. He gets to.
So what's his ability?
It's all the other ones combined, and
That's
then
his normal, level 3. Okay, then what? Other than changing his skin to black,
he
which is
gets to be a black dragon, and just like Toothless in the movie, he has Phoenix's, the Phoenix move, the Q.
the dive.
Icarus
Icarus
dive.
The
My
Phoenix move.
God, what a horrible. Jesus.
When the Icarus dies. Hey, you know what? I made up a really good new egg. You guys want to hear about
Yeah, please.
it? All right. So you guys know how Side Gunner sucks.
Yes.
Now, when you get Side Gunner, there's like a special queue for like solo queue, and you just join games as the Side Gunner. And then it goes into first-person mode. You have unlimited ammo, and you're just like, hey,
So it's
welcome
not
to the game.
autocast.
I got a divine. You're my Side Gunner. Roger, Chief. Dun, 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 dun. Like, wouldn't that be fucking rad? You
Is
can
it
use that
first
live.
Pretty
person?
cool.
Somebody's making it.
Like,
custom
is it?
universe
Oh wait, is
right
this
now.
using the Vive? Is this like a secret advertising thing you got
Yeah,
going
dude.
here? Yeah.
Think
you're,
about like Call
in-
of Duty, the AC-130. I want to do that shit as Gyro's Side Gunner. Yeah, turn to the left. I can't see. Because remember, he's on the side.
Sounds great. All right, so
Slacks
Kaipi's
might be your
definitely
best
picking
idea yet.
Luna,
All
right?
right. Think about it, guys.
So Vengeful
Yeah,
Spirit for the
100%.
Dire. A little bit of Roche control, perhaps, eh?
Yeah.
They're taking Luna, 100%.
Bone 7's Terrorblade is banned out.
It's
So.
100%. How about a little?
Lunar.
Who else do they need though? They need an. Well, Slaughter could be off lane.
This is a
Probably
great game
is.
for a Brewmaster.
This could be a Venge carry too, since it is Kaipi.
Very true.
Yeah.
Still some great tri-lane supports in here.
Oh,
Oh, gee, they seem stumped.
yeah, they're taking their time.
They've got
I think
some.
they'll probably do small cooldowns again because they're looking at a Warlock. Like,
All you
giving
gotta
away so
do-
early.
All you gotta do is pick the Luna Ags refresher.
This is the Wraith King game, dude. Warlock drops his ult, you kill the Wraith King, he comes back to life, and Warlock ain't got shit.
You're an idiot. This is a. Is PA still available? I
No,
can't-
she was banned.
No,
in
she
game
got
one.
banned out.
All right, they just need a massive amount of physical damage to explode the Warlock ult, my friend.
TA.
Yeah, no, God, no. Terrible. The flaming fists.
That's okay. She can handle it with Elder Titan.
No. After seeing the last TA game, I never want to see one again. It was horrible.
OG thinking hard about this.
Yeah, Kaipi's draft is so open-ended right now that I think that they're not really sure what they want to reveal right now because, like, your position 1 is kind of sketchy. You don't really know what this Slardar is going to be doing, so you don't know.
Oh my!
Wow,
I told
fucking
you,
God.
you fucking thought I was a retard.
I did.
but I
That's
called
an S4
it!
off-lane Brewmaster.
You idiots.
Oh,
Tell
I
me
think-
how smart
I
I
like
am,
it.
Dota capitalist.
I think you're so smart, Slacks.
Yes!
You're
Is-
so
I think it's safe lane
smart.
Brewmaster. Off lane Brew sucks ass.
I don't
dude.
think so.
This hero's all about tempo, though.
But he's all about
Pretty
his
sure they
ultimate,
Brewmaster
so it's
ET
just
duel.
like it's team fight in a single hero.
But-
Like that's what Brewmaster does for you.
Isn't Brew also notoriously weak against minus armor? You just minus armor the little Brew bitches and kill him?
Yeah, but
It doesn't matter,
amplify
you're
damage
an
has a
offlaner.
cooldown though.
Yeah, but you've also got the scream from the sexy lady there.
It's S4. He's picking Brewmaster.
Yeah.
I don't see No Tail playing that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to be S4 playing it, but they could aggro try and put the Brewmaster in the safe lane.
I mean, you're basically still the 3 position at that point.
Ooh, Queen of Pain there.
Queen of Pain. That's not the pick. It was Luna. Mispick. They misclick for sure.
The problem with Luna is that
Elder
pretty
Titan.
much, yeah, any agility carry, right?
That's why you
that's
go
the
Axe
great thing about
Refresher, Cap.
elimination mode. All right. You're
Ag
right.
Yeah, there
Refresher
you go.
counters Elder Titan.
Got him.
Hey!
Well, now Silencer counters
Oh,
the
no.
Axe Luna.
Oh, you gotta get BKB now too. That's okay. Luna's still good.
Man, they have like mega out team fighted them now.
Yeah.
Elder Titan, Brewmaster, Silencer. This Warlock's just like, well, shit. I got to
Yeah.
do some really good ultimates now.
So
Yeah,
do we think
this
this is
is-
a Venge core or a support?
I'm thinking it's more of a support now.
The support, I don't know.
It's hard to say. I don't. What is like the game-winning pick for Kaipi here? Do you try to one up this team fight again? Do you try to transition to some push to go with the Warlock?
I think you just wait to. Oh no, the 10-second slug. Fuck me.
It's so
Booga!
loud.
Oh yeah, you guys, we can't hear it here.
God damn it.
I have it
Booga.
muted.
What's a 10-second bug?
It just keeps saying 10 seconds over and over and
10
over again.
seconds remaining.
It's like if
Yeah.
you pick right
10
when it's on the dot.
seconds remaining.
It's literally like that.
God
guys.
damn this
That's
10-second
awesome.
bug.
Just mute the tab, Brosif.
I can't. Oh, shit.
Shannon doesn't know
You-
how.
Thank you. I didn't know you could do that. Very good.
We did it, team.
Okay, so Klink's final ban for Kaipi OG.
Well, Kaipi can just wait for the last pick of OG and then try to counter it. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true.
So it's still kind of open-ended. They could still do Venge Core if they really want, but
I think
who
they
knows?
banned Viper. Just a good,
Yes.
solid lane dominator.
Yes, ban Viper. Excellent hero.
Ban the Viper.
Don't
There's
ban
no
Viper,
way
pick
they're gonna do
Viper.
Viper one position though.
Really?
I don't think.
I
Nah.
do think whatever they're doing, they're probably going to start going for speed on the side of Kaipi. I mean, unless
Actually-
there's something really weird from OG.
Kaipi's going to pick Spectre. I can feel it, Trent. This is it.
That's like
This is the
completely
game.
the opposite,
This is it.
Oh, they banned the Meepo.
I think if you're gonna go hard carry, you get like Medusa or something.
But Bone 7 loves Spectre.
Indeed, he does.
Okay, OG, what's the pick?
This is a
Viper,
Viper.
Viper.
I believe.
So crazy.
Someday there'll be a
Three
Viper
mids.
pick.
Necrophos,
I'm
dude.
just joking, obviously.
They could just go for like a Lycan.
Ooh,
All right.
That's really good.
Even more team fight.
How is he still here?
I know, dude, that's
Good
crazy.
God, Kanka.
Admiral
Where have you been
Kunkka.
hiding?
This is
So
a
we get
nasty
another
draft, though.
one
dude.
silencer then.
It is 4 melee.
Pretty good for the quad. Yeah, they've got.
It's. I mean,
Slardar,
Warlock
Warlock.
owns melee.
I don't want to be this guy, but that's a hell of a techies game. 4 melee.
That's true.
Witch
There
Doctor.
it is. There it is. Slacks.
Close
Speed.
enough.
Techie's close cousin.
Oh, it could be a core Warlock instead of Venge, but probably Venge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Core Venge, and they're just gonna run fast and try and beat out the side of OG. But it looks scary.
Well, yeah.
I think OG's got this one again.
Unfortunately, OG has to do a lot less to make sure that this game is an easy win. They pretty much
Yeah.
just have to play their heroes, whereas Kaipi has to pull some pretty amazing shit. So I'm gonna go with Kaipi. I think they got it in them, dude.
All right, that's a bold claim, Slacks. I
Very
like
bold.
it. No, I'm in the same boat. I want to disagree, but I just can't. This OG draft is nasty. S4 Brewmaster, sure, maybe it falls off a little bit, but if they win in 20 minutes, it really doesn't matter so much.
Yes.
They've got Dragon Knight to knock down towers. Oh, boy.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
It's looking pretty good. But hey, who knows? Maybe with some nice. Nah, I actually have no idea how Cappy could win this one. I literally. But hey, I'm gonna go for it anyway.
What are you thinking, Trent? What'll it take for Cappy to win this one?
I mean, Slardar gets out of control. Queen of Pain, they're just blinking, crushing, screaming, taking towers, dropping rocks. That it just has to be like non-stop, man.
Well, so
going
Quap,
in.
Quap should be able to hurt the Dragon Knight mid. That's a good matchup for her. Position 1 Silencer, like if they aggro try with Witch Doctor, Venge, either Warlock or Slardar, it doesn't really matter. You could put a lot of hurt on that tri lane against the Silencer. Maybe Kaipi could run away with the lanes.
Maybe. I don't know, dude. Sunsman.
I have not been listening to anything you guys have been saying.
I don't think anyone is.
Is
so
this a
that should be
prediction?
fine.
Are you asking me
That's
prediction?
Yes,
probably the
yes,
best
predict,
way to
predict
on
us.
this.
I'm sticking with the 2-0.
Okay.
Remember, I said they'd win first game so hard that the second game was just over.
Are you with
Although
me,
I do like
capitalist?
Kaipi's lineup more, honestly.
Yeah, I'm definitely not with you on this one, Slacks.
Mott?
Well, are you saying Kaipi's gonna win?
Yes.
Slacks? No, absolutely. I am so far away from you on this.
I
one.
can't wait to be the only smart person in this room. You all will see.
Oh, you're gonna be waiting a while.
You'll all see. Kai P. They've never let me down. We've got it.
Never have they ever. All right, well, you've got the fun round of predictions. I'm sticking with the 2-0 as well. We'll see if Kaipi can upset it and take it to a game 3, or if this is a fast 2-0 for the likes of OG. Again, reminder, this is upper bracket, so no elimination here. Whoever loses will have a chance to fight their way back down in the bottom of the bracket. We've got our casters once again, Mott and Capitalist.
Thank you, Andrew, and welcome back in, guys, to game number 2 between OG and Kaipi. And of course, this is a best-of-3 series. And right now, well, Kaipi, they're on the verge of being eliminated here, and this draft is not looking. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what they can do here. OG, I do have a question for you, Cap, and that's how big of a deal is the silencer pick for Kaipi, and how much of an issue is this going to cause for them?
I think it's going to be a big problem for Kaipi in the fact that if OG are ever the initiators, they pretty much guaranteed win the fight. Brewmaster can jump in, he claps, the global silence goes down, and there's no response from Kaipi. They're like guaranteed to be caught. And the thing is that they have like these fighting style heroes that need to be able to win these team fights, but there's going to be multiple scenarios where they could just crumple underneath the right kind of initiation from OG, and if they lose like maybe 1 or 2 team fights, I think this game's pretty much over. Because Kaipi is a team that has to be, like, their lineup has to be super aggressive, and they have to take control and get pickoffs in order to go high ground. Like, look at their lineup. They don't actually have very good high ground whatsoever. So, like, it's going to be a Vengeful Spirit with an Aegis pushing high ground against an Elder Titan and then all this great team fight like Kunkka and Master.
You're absolutely right. I didn't even begin to think about their pushing potential here. It is not very good for Kaipi. You are absolutely right about that. Whereas OG, they have the Dragon Knight to work with. They also have, like you said, very good high ground defense. This is frightening, I feel like, for Kaipi. And I don't really know when they can start fighting. It feels like, again, OG have also another team that can really start fighting themselves and get involved early on in the game. Do you think OG is going to be the one to push the pace of the game as well?
Well, they're not going to be running a Silencer core, as Moppax predicted. I was kind of with him there, but now I see Kunkka core, and I'm like, well, that just makes the high ground defense even harder.
Right.
OG, they're going to be aggressive at times. It's going to be at times of their choosing. It's going to be when Shadowblade is up on Dragon Knight or Blink Dagger's up on Brewmaster, and they have the Global Silence ready to go.
Yeah.
They like the silencer strategy of like having a carry silencer is a little bit like it's susceptible to just getting rolled over. Which Kaipi very much could do with this kind of lineup, but now that you have a Kunkka core instead, it just means I think this strategy has an even more solid foundation to fall back on, even if they do lose the laning phase.
Now, this is going to be an interesting laning phase, to be sure, for both of these teams. Kaipi needs to get off to a fast start. They'll have a dual lane down bottom, which is going to be up against a tri lane here. They will have some vision in the jungle, close to the entry of the river. No-tailed fly walking up. I'm looking at 3-3, the core Vengeful Spirit. It looks like an RC is going to help him here with the Shadow Word up on the Warlock to start things off. S4, his favorite Brewmaster, going to be in the off lane, and then, of course, the mid matchup. Pretty standard stuff with Anna going up against Arise here in this matchup, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah, Dragon Knight is, he does really well in mid matchups now, thanks to the damage reduction that he gets. The 35% damage reduction is actually very powerful against many of these mid heroes that are being abused right now by melee heroes that just get like Poor Man's Shield. Like that was the first iteration, right, where we'd see in Invokers being run mid and then people would pick up like Faceless Void Poor Man's Shield or Ursa or like any of those kind of melees that gets Poor Man's Shield and abuse the low attack damage. Dragon Knight is just like that. He also gets Poor Man's Shield, and it abuses you even further by the damage reduction. Fortunately, Queen of Pain isn't only reliant on physical damage, though.
Yeah, I mean, Arise is doing a pretty good job already, getting some nice last hits. His animation's going a bit better than Anna, and right now he's just harassing the hell out of Anna at this point. He has a salve, he's a tank, he'll use it. Poor Man's Shield doing a nice job. Bottom lane, the Shadow Word is up on 3-3. They use, I believe, Magic Missile already. There is an X marks, but it's in 15 seconds, so they won't be able to use it. No Stomp either, and they just have right click, and there's a lot of it. And then with the, I think the Arcane, it might be enough, but it's going to be close. It looks like he will live with the Tango going in. It's only the level 1, so the Silencer's not going to be able to get the kill. It's very close, though.
Level 1 Arcane Curse without them using any abilities is so bad when it comes to damage. So, unfortunately, not much there.
It's a good try. If he had Last Word, definitely a kill if that was the last word being cast. But unfortunately, not the case.
Bone 7?
Ooh, my, they're so low. The TP in. It's going to be from Jerax the Astral, but it's just not enough damage. Bone 7 is able to get out and tango up. S4 is pretty low as well. He needs to be careful. Bone 7 is going to come back in. He doesn't have mana for the Slithering Crush. They'll look at each other. S4 has the clap, but it's only level 1. That was like, they're just like, hey, what's going on? So they're in Crush. Bone 7 is just going to be like, well, I can't get S4. Now he's going to get clapped up here. Meanwhile, Jirax gets the first blood of Milan, and he picks up a double. He used the Maledict on him. I don't think he's going to fall. That was the most awkward thing I've ever seen.
Kaipi had no respect for the briefcase man, and they paid the ultimate price. That was so terrible. Like, how do you man up against the Elder Titan when he's got that many, like, extra spirit damage on you?
I don't know, but he came in. He was very professional. He had his briefcase, as you talked about, his nice suit. He was looking good. And he came in and he said, Witch Doctor, I don't think we're going to be able to do business with each other here. He brings it down. Meanwhile, down bottom is going to be the Magic Missile. Cook is going to get caught, the Shadow Word. He has Torrent and X marks. He's also pretty tanky as well, sitting at 800 HP. He has a salve as well, ready to go if need be, and flies in the meantime, pulling, so knows he will have the advantage of having the creep wave under the tower. So he's got 14 last hits, obviously doing pretty well, and with Bone 7 going down top lane, it's pretty good for the side of OG altogether.
And I'm not sure, but I think S4 might have been trying to suicide her to neutrals, and Milan got the last hit. I don't know. I didn't see that kill a ton.
Interesting.
But
I just realized I can hop in at any time. That is what happened, in fact.
Oh,
He was at
thanks,
90 HP, and Witch Doctor came over and said, "Ooh, free kill."
What would we do without you, my friend? Wow,
Probably a
Arzeek
better
is,
cast.
Arzeek is getting stapled. This staple gun, the Astral, Jirax is just destroying him, and he's going to get another kill. Vengeful Spirit getting body blocked. He's like, give me that Invis Rune. I can see it. I can almost grasp it. And then he dies again to the punctures of the staples.
And they still got S4 at the top lane at least. I mean, they're just the low cooldown of Crush allows you to be able to get 2 crushes in on a Maledict, and you've got level 2 Maledict on Milan, so it's pretty effective against this strength hero. But they might be able to, they should actually. He doesn't quite have the mana for Spirit, so maybe Jerax is able to surprise Bone 7 with a close range stomp all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It'd be a guaranteed kill if he had Spirit, though, because then he could just surround Bone 7 at decent distance so he doesn't get crushed, and then that stomp would lead into a clap, a couple right clicks, and at the very minimum, they'd force Bone 7 back.
The thing is, Bone 7 does have this Observer Ward underneath the tower, so they do see rotating S4. However, they still don't know that Jerax is here, so Bone 7 might feel safe and comfortable. Yeah, I think he might. And the Invis Rune is about to go. Arzeek is going to get stapled up himself. The stomp will hit it. It's just, of course, not the Spirit, but rather just the stomp itself. Milan is going to rotate in, though, with Cask ready to go. Bone 7 wants to find the skill. Jerax has put himself in a tough position. Slithering Crush, swing and a miss from Bone 7, unfortunately. He got close, but Jerax is pretty damn speedy and is able to get out of there in time.
So, Vengeful Spirit's trying to gank up mids. If this is successful, cool, but ultimately this is still something you shouldn't have to do.
You should get this Sonic Wave. Yeah, that'll do the job. Nice little gank there. He even had Arzeek to come in with the Shadow Word if need be. Yeah, that was nice. Stops him from farming for a bit.
How did bottom lane go so badly that Vengeful Spirit is level 3 still?
I don't know, but she definitely died, so that's not great. And I'm sure she can't really, with the Tidebringer coming out, she can't really stand in range of the creep sometimes, potentially. I don't know. It's not going well, though.
Vengeful Spirit is a core that you cannot afford to tank in the laning phase. Like, this is one of the definitions of, like, a snowballing core for sure. So this is already a bit concerning that he's so far behind.
Arzeek getting body blocked by No-Tail. Here comes the Arcane Curse, and well, No-Tail not going to be able to find the skill. Was close to it, but decided to back away instead. On the other side, Ana comes in, and he'll finish it off with the Breathe Fire. Nicely played. 3-3 getting chased down. No torrent connecting. Magic Missile goes. The animation gets canceled as they realize No-Tail is not, in fact, chasing them at this point. Well, so much for that.
And S4 dies again.
Yeah.
The life of an off-lane Brewmaster. There's just, like, nothing you could do about this. Like, you have to make your lane work. But you don't really have the greatest abilities to like get sustain or have an escape mechanism against these heroes or anything like that. So you're just kind of like, well, hope I don't die again. And you go back in the lane, and then you die again.
Yeah. And then you just wonder what you're doing with your life.
Still, though, the other lanes are winning for OGs, so it's not a big deal for S4.
Yeah,
like, he's just going to be feeding Bone 7 an early armlet, but I think that's controllable.
I mean, Bone 7 doesn't have that much farm, to be honest. He's sitting at with the death that he had earlier. It's kind of troublesome. And Queen of Pain will find the kill again. They DK, they wrap around, they get that gank from 3-3 with the Magic Missile. But down top lane now, they're going to find Milan slept up. Good cast, might keep him alive, but oh, the clap does get off in time from the Brewmaster. Bone 7 will walk up, man fight against Jerax. He pops the amplified damage. Has Stomp in one. Bone 7 still chasing, but no follow-up coming out from S4. Meanwhile, here's the rotation. The gank train 3-3. Magic Missile is up. The Shadow Word will go. They do not have split. He's so close. He was one creep away. The sleep will go. Jerax has realized he wants to get this kill, but he's in trouble. He goes into his death, and they feed 2 kills away. So, as I was saying, that Bone 7 might not have the best farm. All of a sudden, he gets 2 kills, and now he's like top in the net worth at least second.
Yeah, that was a little weird that Jerax went in for that. He was like,
guys.
he thought all of a sudden he was going to be doing 200 damage or hit or something. I don't know, but still though, I mean, I like what Kaipi's doing. Like, they're moving around the map really early. Like, moving a Warlock around the map is a little weird, but it's what they have to do in this game. They're moving like the Vengeful Spirit. They ganked mid. Now he's going to gank top.
Oh man, I thought I just went for the Breathe Fire there, but there's the split coming out like you mentioned in 3-3. He's going to get bouldered up. They already used the Cyclone on him. I don't really know if they can get this kill. He might have mana when he gets out. He doesn't have mana when he gets out. It's going to be close. He has Bottle Charge. He gets the kill anyway, though. The Fire Panic coming in. The Boulder Smash as well. The Clap getting canceled. He's so close. Bone 7. He's got the Slithering Crush. He'll get it off. Now he's in trouble. S4 about to fall. And we'll go down to the tower. It looks like he just claps his way into oblivion. Now mid lane, they will rotate a no-tail as well as Ana. The cask is going to bounce through, jumping, Scorpion Blade, Sonic Wave onto 2, no-tail getting low. He gets the torrent off before dying. The sleep follows up as well, but Ana taking some damage from Maldic. They want to get this kill. They can't get it with Jerax, trying to go in with the staple gun, and again will fall. 3 dead on OG side. Breathe Fire, Milan. Oh, he had that infused raindrop, and now the cask will go again. Magic Missile off cooldown in 1. There it is, and it's a double kill for 3-3. What just happened for OG?
OG are just getting a bit ahead of themselves. They're thinking that they're going to be able to like fight in these scenarios, but the truth is like Kaipi are moving around really well. Like they're staying very active. They're not trying to sit any cores in lane and just farm away. So you have to expect that there's going to be 4 of them in lane.
Oh, RC actually avoids the ghost ship. I thought he was dead there. He's able to get out the torrent connecting, but the ghost ship not actually getting there, and so they miss out on another kill. So even when they have an opportunity, sometimes they don't get these kills that they really need for OG. And they've put themselves in a bit of a deficit now, Cap. It's only about 2,000 going the way of Kaipi, but they still have an advantage right now.
The big thing is why we're so pessimistic about Kaipi is that their draft, like, they have to do this. But they are doing it, right? They started off the laning phase really well. 10 minutes in, almost having a 2,000 gold lead. The next step is going to be taking, if they can take that mid tower away and also get Roshan to their favor, like, that's the next step for Kaipi. But it is a laundry list of objectives that they have to accomplish, essentially.
Yeah. They're getting there, like you mentioned, but they have to keep this pressure up. Bone 7 does have his armament now. They have a smoke into RC. He's got the Warlock Golem finally. The Chaotic Offering is ready to go. They'll TP in 1 to the Tier 1 tower. It's Bone 7. He wants to defend this, and then, of course, RC is going to walk his way there. Another TP coming in. This time it's Milan. S4 getting ready to clap. They might cancel this. The torrent not connecting. Milan avoids with the long TP time. They have to get off the ultimate, but they just don't get it in time. The Chaotic Offering. They've already lost S4. No tail, pretty speedy. Here comes Ana. Turns on the Elder Dragon from the Dragon Tail. X marks onto Bone 7. Good sleep to keep everybody back at bay. And it looks like they might only lose Ana here, or excuse me, S4, but Ana is trying to go to work. He's doing the best that he can. They've rotated up the Silencer. There's the Global. They'll get Milan first and foremost. Everybody getting low, Bone 7 included. The Chaotic Offering still pushing the back. Had that not been there, OG might feel confident to move up and start fighting. It's not the case, as they're going to just go their separate ways for the time being. Bone 7 still rather low. Ana looking to back up. There's the Elder Titan coming in. Stomp not connected, but 3-3 does take the Arcane Curse. And last word, it shouldn't be enough. They do find the Torrent. Bone 7 will fall. Arsenic pops off the Shadow Word. Swap back. 3-3 trying to juke and jive. Sonic Wave will bring down 1. Meanwhile, they get the Echoes. Earth Splitter coming out, but it's just not enough damage. In fact, it misses completely onto Arise. Magic Missile, a double kill for 3-3. They take down another. This time it's the Warlock as well as Fly Silencer going down the trade. In the end, another hectic fight. That kind of, who does that favor? I feel like that is a Kaipi favored fight at the end of the day.
I think so too. It's kind of hard to say
really hard
because
to
these
tell.
fights are going on so long.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that was a Kaipi favored fight. That being said, Brewmaster Ultimate wasn't used in that one because S4 was the first to go down. That will kind of determine OG's next engagement and whether or not they can win it. He needs the Blink Dagger, though, and man, Kaipi are just putting so much pressure on him. I love this.
He can't really get his Primal Split off in a lot of these engagements. He's dying too quickly, as you saw in that top lane. S4 is having a very tough time. In terms of, like you said, getting that Blink Dagger. But he will survive. He'll back up underneath this tower. And they do get the Tier 1 in that top lane. So very important tower kill going the way of OG. Provide no-tail some farm towards that armlet potentially. But Arzeek's going to walk in. Clap should go. It will connect. He does have the infused raindrop, but look at Fly going to work. 6 stolen intelligence, and with that, as well as the Primal Split, they will find the kill. They're looking for a Cyclone target. They'll find Milan. They have Dispel Magic 3-3 hiding behind the brush. Still is going to be able to get out. He's the swap ready if need be. Bone 7's also just piecing out at this point. No Blink Dagger for him. And there's going to be the Stomp coming through. Not yet. He has the mana for it, but again, jumping in. Arise shows up just at the perfect time. Finds himself a dominating spree. Here comes Ana. He does have his Elder Dragon form. Fly might be the next target. Sonic Wave on cooldown, but he's got that Scream ready. He's about to pop it off and will. Fly still has the global if need be. He gets off the Arcane Curse. The Stomp comes through, but they do get that double for Arise. Ana getting low. Half HP now. Bottling up, doing the best that he can. Again has that Elder Dragon form. Bone 7 getting low. Dragon Tail up at 5. No Tail coming to the rescue, but here comes Arise. Gets the triple. The Ghost Ship. It's not there in time, and Bone 7 will slither away, only to go down to the Silencer and the Arcane Curse, I believe. Doesn't ever really fall. The Shadow Word will heal Arise back up. In the end, What kind of trade was it? It's a 3 for 2, but we're not done yet. Here comes No Tail. The X marks the Torrent's going to fly next. As level 3 Tidebringer hits it up. Great swap from 3-3. The sleep goes onto him, but they have no follow-up. No Tail with no mana left. Only has the level 3 Tidebringer to do any damage. And he'll do his best with it, but it does end a 3 for 2 trade in favor of Kaipi, I'm pretty sure. Or are we not done yet? Hello? Is this a... Okay, all right. We're done. We're good.
And this should be Kaipi, I think, taking this tower now. They have the Warlock Golem, so OG should not be looking for a fight. If anything, OG should be on the opposite side of the map, especially with S4, trying to finish up that Blink Dagger. The biggest problem they have right now is that they are simply lacking in initiation. And basically, look at this Brewmaster the same way you do in regular games with an offlane Slardar. But oftentimes, the Slardar's Blink Dagger determines so much of that 15 to 20 minute game. And he's also a hero that's very easily pressured in lane. So Kaipi are just putting the pressure on him, keeping that Blink Dagger delayed as much as possible, which is making it so these team fights are a little bit wonky when it comes to initiation for OG. They have to lead with things like X or just try and respond. Like the last fight, they went for like the Tornado to try and get the extra kills, but Kaipi have such good fighting arrows, and they're making sure that they always stay grouped up so they can win these engagements.
Right. I would say wonky is probably the perfect term for how these fights are going for really both teams. And not only that, you could use janky, crazy, whatever word you want to use to describe the absolute madness of these team fights. Feel free, because that's how these fights are going for both sides. But,
yeah, the next problem is going to be is that you may have Blink and Global Silence, but that will not stop Arise's pickup of an Orchid. So that's going to be a really good
huge
counter, again, to the initiation of OG, which is all based on the Brewmaster.
do you think with the Orchid he goes for the silencer, or does he just try to pick off maybe the target that's, you know, closest to him, the most important target in the fight?
I think the best play is when Brewmaster goes to initiate, you stop him from being able to either clap or get off his ult. But otherwise, a great kill would also be if you can initiate Silencer before Global Silence, or get the Kunkka mid combination when he X's someone but prevent him from being able to get the pullback with the Torrent.
Right. That would be an impressive play coming out for Queen of Pain. I mean, just any silence he can really get. Now with the Orchid and the Aegis, they've got prime real estate in terms of trying to find these kills and trying to find pickoffs. And so it looks like OG do not want to fight into it. I do not blame them. They're going to farm up. They will sit close to their tier 1 tower. It almost looks like they're kind of baiting this to a certain extent, or waiting for something to happen here, maybe with an initiation.
I think they're showing Jarek's at top, but he's able to TP in, and they've got such good initiation now that they can easily get this fight.
7 X marks, swap back by 3-3, still gets set up by the Ghost Ship. That might be the end of it. Arise didn't take any damage, really no one else did either, so they're waiting to go again, it looks like.
Kaipi, basically, they have to make sure they do not get trounced in this initiation, and that's all they have to worry about.
Yeah, they have, again, like with the swap, if they have it up and ready to go, they're usually in a good position. Arise can initiate whenever with their Orchid, as we talked about. If they get caught, they could just get Shadow Worded, and like this, Bone 7's back up to full HP again, just with one Shadow Word coming out from Arseek. I mean, he didn't take that much damage, but I feel like there's a bit of sustain here. But again, they have some problems pushing into towers. Against this lineup, it's very tough. I mean, they've only taken one tier 1 tower right so far, Cap, and it feels like this might be still pretty difficult to do.
Yeah, I think the way they had that standoff in mid, the way the team fights are going to play out when they're trying to push into towers doesn't look good for Kaipi. So I think Bone 7, you have to take a step back and say, hey, like, we can't actually get these team fights around towers. We have to get the pick off first, or we have to be the ones initiating at the very least. And so that means a Blink Dagger on Bone 7. They have to wait for that item first. Don't try and push into any towers. Even pushing top lane, I would disagree with.
See what they decide to go for. There's the Ghost Ship again. The Stomp comes out, and this time 3-3 might not make it out alive. They jump in, clap. They do get off that ultimate, but here comes the Global. Milan is in trouble. Earthsplitter about to bring him down. The Fire Spirit will. Arseek about to get cycloned. It's the Boulder Toss first and foremost. Jirax has the Stomp ready to go as well. And just like that, you said Kaipi did not get stomped. However, they're turning it around. Arcade Curse, great Cyclone on a Queen of Pain. Bone 7 in trouble now. They will lose the Silencer. Elder, Dragon Form going. They need to get Bone 7. He's going to arm the toggle. They still have that disable up onto the Quap. She can still fight momentarily. She will find another kill. It's a double for Ana, though, and right now, the Queen of Pain is low, and she is hightailing it out of there. As the blink up in 3 seconds, and looks like that'll be it. Still, though, a great fight for OG at that tier 1 tower top lane.
Okay, well, Kaipi, they walked away with 2 versus 3. That's not terrible considering all the big ultimates were used. Now, as Kaipi, you absolutely should push towers, even if you don't have the Blink Dagger, because Global Silence is down, Brewmaster ultimate is down, even Dragonite ultimate has actually been used as well. So all they have to really defend towers now is like Stomp and Torrent. That should be... Kaipi should be able to deal with that. And they still have the Aegis as well as on Arise. Like, that was probably the most dangerous fight that they will take all game long, excluding the high ground push that will be coming in for them if they actually continue this snowball. That'll be the next really dangerous push by them. But I think it's like the first time Blink Dagger's up on S4, that is potentially game changing, and then the first time you try and go high ground. Like, those are the times where OG can change this whole entire game to their favor, because they have such good defensive style heroes in late game.
I mean, the team fights will get easier for Kaipi, which you already talked about this. The Blink Dagger for Bone 7, he has that now. So that initiating tool is there, and they should be able to find some easier pickoffs here for Kaipi.
OG may just like outplay them because you've got a really good pickup from Jerix with the Yule Scepter now that can, like, just like the Orchid stops a Brewmaster's initiation, now you have the Yules against Slardar. Like, those sort of things can really just take all the steam out of a Kaipi jump and easily turn things around. But Kaipi need to rely on certain things like what they're doing right now, smoking and pushing bottom lane with Arise. They're essentially kind of baiting Arise, seeing if there's going to be any heroes they can catch inside the Dire jungle, and failing that, they wrap on mid. This is like the classic maneuver by everyone. But Arzeek's already caught.
Yeah, the Ghost Ship's going to go. He is pretty tanky. Elder Dragon form. There's the tiebreaker. They need the stun, and a couple more right clicks to do the job, and he's down for 38. He didn't have his ultimate anyways, and you can already see Kaipi, there was an illusion rune, I think, that caught them off guard. They were spotted. Not only that, but they did actually smoke underneath the... When they did that initial smoke, they did it underneath the Observer Ward here at the Uber Cliff on the Dire Jungle. So, OG knew where they were headed. And not only that, they scanned right in this vicinity as well when they were walking through. And that was able to successfully scout out the smoke that was also used. So, they did that perfectly from OG. They're able to find a kill into Arzeek, and they don't lose anybody in the process to that smoke. And they put a little damage onto the Christian Tower as well. And they'll back up and group up again.
I think the silliest thing was the fact that RZ gets caught in mid like that.
Right.
If Kaipi, like what normally should happen there is Kaipi is going to try and wrap on mid, and if OG know, they'll stay clustered around that mid tower, and then we would have this awkward engagement for Kaipi that's next to a tier 1 and isn't on the favorable side of Dire. So then you're just like, okay, this is a really weird fight. You have to fight around like somehow backing up to the high ground or something weird. And that would just be awkward. But instead, it was like got even easier for OG. They just found a free pick off on the Warlock. Boom, yeah. Fight's over.
That was it. Once that had happened, then it was just Kaipi backing up. Right now, they're moving together as a team again. And another smoke. They will not head top. They know that S4 is no longer there. Let's see if they can wrap around. This might be huge. Look at where OG's positioned right now. Flying Jerax.
He caught him.
And KP's Bone 7. Slithering Crush onto 3. There's the gold coming out as well. Can they find the damage? Fly. Death Ward coming through. Fatal Bonds is up as well. Now they're jumping with the Bruce, but somehow nobody dead yet for OG. The first to fall might be Bone 7, and it will with a stop from Jax. Here comes the Earth Splitter. They might find this Aegis. It's not even there. She's dead for 56. No Aegis included. Arzeek is about to get chased down. There's the Boulder Toss. He'll be the 4th to fall as the Vengeful Spirit goes down. Oh no, it's going to be a disaster. Milan somehow does enough damage to get 2, but they might lose all 5. Try to juke and jive, and he actually might make it away. The X-Marks will finally go. Ana does have his armor. He needs to be careful. Milan about to fall. The Breathe Fire. 5 dead. Kaipi get wiped. Wow.
How does a fight go bad when you get a 3-man crush? Like, that's what I would be saying right now.
Right.
If I was this Slardar, if I was 1-7, I'd be like, what the hell? Like, what went wrong? I got the perfect initiation. OG's heroes were just apparently too tough to bite through. S4 somehow managed to get off his primal split, despite the fact that he should have been the immediate focus of all of the Kaipi members. It just wasn't. I also think like the swap from Vengeful Spirit did funny things. Like Witch Doctor started focusing on the Dragonite, and then I don't know, like people just didn't focus down the Brewmaster like they should have.
We'll
Execution was not there.
Mid, so maybe not. 3 cups with match. Still now Dragon Quest wins. They'd be working well. See you later. Swap comes out as well. They want to find Fly. All of a sudden now OG are having a bad fight here. He's going to go down. A double kill. Give it easily to Arise. That's probably what should have happened in that last fight, but it wasn't even just the Solarian Crush too. They had the Golem hit on top of all 3 of those heroes as well. I was sure that this fight was going to go the way of Kaipi, but no such luck there. So they'll take the tier 1 tower at the very least. He'll try to. There's the Orchid, Ghost Ship. He's going to hit on a 3-3 with no such damage coming out to anybody else from Kaipi. They'll back together, at least get ready for another creep wave. Take down an Observer Ward. And they should finally get this tier 1 tower mid. It takes a lot of effort. Arise jumps in aggressively. He does have a BKB. Now the Slithering Crush, this time on it 2 again. Torrent's going to come out nicely. They have the silence up. They will bring down S4. No tail getting chased after it. All of a sudden, Kaipi, they don't give a damn about that last fight. They've taken a couple. They still might be able to get a kill here or 2 for OG. In fact, it looks like 3-3 will fall as well as Slardar. Now everyone's starting to get low. Milan gets a nice cask off, but don't worry, the stop is there to set up for OG, and they're about to turn and get 2 more. Fly will find himself a double kill, and it's too much of a dive. It was looking so good again, Cap.
Yeah, they got a little greedy. They're like, pick off 1, pick off 2, then they swap, and then they're diving into tier 2 towers. Just a bit much from Kaipi. I honestly thought it was OG the ones who were making the mistakes there.
Yeah.
The way they tried to posture like they were actually going to be able to defend that mid tower and got caught. I was like, okay, that's silly because OG don't need to defend that tower. They defended it once. Like, that's the thing about these like big teamfight ults, is that you don't necessarily defend the tower every single time the push comes. You only defend it when you're in a favorable position to get the right team fight you want.
Right.
And that's through Global Silence and, you know, Blink Dagger and do you have Primal Split, etc. So the fact that they got, like, they were close enough to get caught by that fight was silly, but then Kaipi just made it even sillier.
Fly getting hit up with a Slithering Crush, pops the mech, still getting chased down, swaps ready to go, and they'll probably use it here. But he does get off the Arcane Curse before going down. Doesn't do that much, unfortunately. They will find another free pick-off on the fly before they head on out of there. But looking at the graph, it's OG in favor now, 4,000 net worth. Not the most significant advantage at 25 minutes in, but we talked about this. I feel like the later this game goes, the more it favors OG to a certain extent. Do you feel that way, Cap, or no?
Yeah, of course. It's not the fact that OG have these amazing late game heroes. Like, let's be honest, like not too many of these heroes scale really, really well. Brewmaster and Dragonite both drop off significantly. They're very mid game dominant heroes. The thing is that Kaipi's heroes scale arguably even worse.
Oh, geez, fine. No, wait, let's cancel that CP. It's going to get out in time. S4 might have been spotted and heading to the tree line. Looks like he should be okay. And it's going to devolve into a little bit of farming here for the time being as well. Actually, it's Roshan now. Roshan is up and ready to go to provide them another Aegis, and I don't believe OG are going to be able to get there to contested time, considering Amplified Damage is doing a very good job, as well as a double damage route for Arise. Don't do that. They'll pick up the Aegis for the Queen of Pain yet again.
So much of this is dependent on No Tail's Kunkka play, though. If this was like an attacker Kunkka, I would have no problem saying OG easily have the late game. But I don't know how good No Tail's Kunkka is. Like as like that sole late game carry. You know, we just don't see Kunkka in that position. We've seen Kunkka play No Tail, or No Tail play Kunkka rather before, but it's not been in this sort of position where it's like, okay, you are a primary damage dealer, carry us.
Well, he's going for a very utility-oriented build. He's the Buckler and Vanguard, so you know what he's going for there. And it just seems like he doesn't have any right-click damage. I mean, what do you feel about the build right now, especially if he is that sole late-game carry?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of interesting. I think Crimson Guard would be really valuable in this game. I see a lot of value in it. I'm just not sure if like Kunkka's the hero that's supposed to get it. Maybe if S4 was having a better game, he could have gotten the Vanguard into Crimson. That would be the only other hero that could, I guess.
Right.
Obviously, it feels better to see some hardcore damage on Kunkka, but I think Armlet's great.
Right.
And I don't have a problem with him going Crimson Guard, given the fact that there's so much 5-man team fight and how value it is in this game.
They do have some damage coming in from Ana. He has the Maelstrom into a plate now, which could be an Assault Cuirass coming out next. Wouldn't be surprised there. Looks like there is a smoke movement from OG to wrap around potentially on mid. Rise, I don't think he's the target they want, considering he has an Aegis, but if you look at where the positioning is for the rest of Kaipi, they would have to go through Rise first and foremost to get a kill. Instead, OG are going to head to top lane and perhaps bait out a TP, and with Ana there, go for a Dragon Tail into some sort of initiation. They'll just sit in the tree line for now.
Oh, I don't think Kaipi should be TPing back for
They're
this. It's
TPing
hard to defend if
everybody.
you're not set up.
Bone 7, Torrent's not going to hit him. The Global Silence is going to come through. It's a bit early, but there's that BKB. Arise is trying to fight this as best as possible. It's taking a lot of damage from Ana. That Sonic Wave will go. It's the Aegis gone with no BKB now. They will get off at least the Death Ward is not doing enough. They have the Chaotic Offering flowing through as well. They're so tanky, and all of these heroes, the Rum is helping out so much. Fly gets a double kill. Arise is barely alive now, getting stunned up as well. The clap will go. S4 finds the double. The Chaotic Offering is doing a nice job. It's a 3 for 4 so far. 3-3 is doing what he can, but S4 still going to work. Now there's going to the Torrent. They swap him out of it, though, nicely. Magic Missile, no tail will fall. It's a double kill. Turns into a 4 for 4. That Rum wears out, and all of a sudden the Chaotic Offering and 3-3 start hitting like trucks and turn this fight around.
Oh, no tail. Why?
Yeah.
Like he had the torrent on mark. I was like, oh great. Like the torrent's about to go off. I thought maybe S4 would turn around and he would try and fight the Vengeful Spirit with the extra bit of torrent damage, and all good. And then all of a sudden he gets a little bit too close. 3-3 is able to swap himself out of torrent and get in position to kill the Kunkka since he's right next to that golem now. That looked like a really good fight for OG to begin with, but then I guess 3-3 just manages to recover things quite nicely with a very clutch core kill. The thing about defending that tower is that like defending towers is always to your advantage, and except for when you're not set up properly. And mass TPing into a push, it just means your positioning is going to be all off and your initiation's not... Like, for example, the starter makes his jump, right? But there's no follow-up because everybody else is still trying to finish their TPs since they're longer and longer. So that is the one situation. Like, Kaipi absolutely should not try and take that fight. It's a big disadvantage. They should instead just try and push straight down mid and say, fine, if you want to push a tier 2, we'll trade tier 2 mid for it, and we'll go high ground and force you to defend your base.
I was surprised they did make the decision. I thought maybe they'd TP one person back there, but like you said, they do TP all. They do get a good fight going out of it. They did actually get a lot of money from that because, again, they're behind, and so any trade that they get is going to be a net worth advantage going their way, and that's exactly what happens. So they will get a bit, I won't say lucky, but fortuitous in that last engagement. And they'll back up for now. There's some good vision here from the Radiant team, but it seems like they know something is amiss, and Kaipi will sit in the base now and wait for the next push or when everyone starts to show up on the map. And some big items coming out now as the Crimson Guard is done for the Kunkka, and there's the mech for Milan as well on the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, 31-31. This game is pretty even. Because now Kaipi, if you look at their Queen of Pain, I really like what Arise is doing here. He got the Orchid, but he did not invest any further into sort of mid-game-ish items. I guess you could say the BKB, that was probably necessary, though. He's going straight for AC now, and he's going to turn himself into a right-clicker. So he's able to take advantage of the Vengeful Spirit aura, of the amplified damage that's coming out of the Slardar, and he'll have more late-game viability as a core than a Queen of Pain that goes like, things like Shivas and stuff like that.
And also getting a BKB 3-3 with his and the Dragonlance coming out. So they have some big items coming for Kaipi. They might have to be careful with where they push out to. There's some pressure coming to this top lane. Nobody's really pushing into it just yet. OG are poking and prodding. There's an Observer Ward. Bone 7 will be spotted. And we'll see if they can find anything. No gems, obviously. Not that I can see anyway on either side. And there's the AC done. And both teams are kind of sitting. This is a very dangerous position to be in for both teams, I feel like.
Yeah, both teams are kind of grouped up expecting maybe a smoke rotation or something from the opposing team. And so they're just sitting here waiting. They're spread out. They've got their initiation. They're like, okay, if they come through this side, we'll make our jump. And they both just sit there expecting the same exact thing. Nobody moves.
Does you know where Bone 7 is? They have the ward there. I think they should have spotted Bone 7 in the tree line. But they're not going to pull the trigger. S4's going to back up. For now, they'll just be able to push out the wave mid. Keep going.
BKB on Slardar is a very big pickup if he can actually get it. He's working towards it now. But Slardar is pretty notorious as a safe laner. Like he just needs to kind of like snowball really heavily because he doesn't have that great good like farming capacity. And as an offlaner, you just become like sort of a blink dagger plus for most of the game. So trying to scale this hero into late game is going to be difficult for Bone 7, but if they can create the space for him, which they're doing right now, right? They're taking over the Radiant jungle and spreading themselves out so Bone 7 feels free to farm the lane. If they can give him that kind of space to get his BKB, it could be a big game changer. And the next team fight that OG pushes into, and all of a sudden you have this BKB Slardar that initiates on you, they could easily get run over by that.
Yeah, Slardar's getting there. Sitting right now, 1,500 gold, so he's not quite at that BKB yet, but He's got some farm to work with now. He was in the top lane after coming from the bottom lane to get some extra cash going his way. No Tail continue to X marks, go for a Torrent, Tidebringer, the creep wave, rinse, repeat. Speaking of BKBs, that's where we'll pick his up, which is, I think, pretty important.
Yeah, this will definitely help out against the Orchid quite a bit that he has to deal with. Now there's no disables that should really stop him from getting off his ult.
The smoke, though, Bone 7, oh, he's so close to initiating. He is going to find it with his sprint. They get off a bash as well. There's the global silence. BKB ready to go. Sonic Wave flies out. DK still in trouble. Elder Dragon form. The gold is going to come through on the other side. They bring down Ana immediately. On the other side, you do have the clap going. Milan is able to get off that mech to keep himself alive. Swap coming through. 3-3 pops the BKB himself and is going to town. It's a 1-for-1. Turns into a 2-for-1 as 3-3 does eliminate the Fly Silencer. Now they'll find another hero. The Kuka falls. S4 still will find a triple kill, though, on his own. Just going to town. He will find the Queen of Pain as well. And now it's just him versus Bone 7. Pops the BKB. No mana for that clap, ready to go. He'll try to turn his attention to Bone 7. The golems are still there. The Yules comes out from Jerax. There's the stomp. Doesn't time it right. Will actually just narrowly miss it. And now Bone 7 on the hunt. Finds the Blink Slithering Crush. Amp damage. Trying to go to work. TP's going to come out. No bash. No bash.
Come
no bash.
on.
He gets 2 misses. 2 misses coming out. Bone 7 cannot find the bash. And therefore, Jerax is going to get away.
Wow, how does Kaipi miss both those kills? Oh, that really sucks.
Don't know.
Like a bash on the ET gets one, not missing on 3-3. If he gets just a little bit more damage, then he'd kill S4, which would obviously be a huge kill, given how much net worth he racked up in that fight. He's now sitting at 13k.
Yeah.
He's the top net worth for OG. This is really concerning because No Tail is falling farther and farther behind, and that is actually all 3-3 in that team fight. The fact that he had the wherewithal to be able to see 3 different heroes and he swaps No Tail back and he kills one of the smaller supports, he basically ensures they get a good core kill. Because if he had swapped back like the Elder Titan, right, they could have just left the Elder Titan, been like, okay, support down. But he actually swaps back No Tail, hero that he can't kill by himself, kills ET instead, or kills Silencer rather, and then also ensures that No Tail dies just due to positioning.
That was, yeah, I mean, the Vengeful Spirit didn't have a great time down at the bottom way to start this game out, but 3-3 is starting to really come online in terms of the amount of damage he's pumping out, the swaps that he's hitting, and it's really helping out Kaipi in these fights. Now, that fight did go in favor of OG in terms of money, but like you said, the country continues to fall behind. I'm actually kind of a bit concerned about this DK. He does finish up his AC, but do you feel like he needs a BKB on this Dragon Knight at some point in time?
I like actually the way that Ana is building this because he needs to make sure that he scales into the late game and going the armlet and then picking up Maelstrom, which is a really good farming item, and then straight into the AC, like that's very late game. So you can actually see a potential like 45-minute BKB, and you actually will have long durations on your magic immunity going late game, and that's great.
Yeah. Smoke is going to break. The cast comes out, but the X marks will be connected on Milan. He does have the mech, but I do not think he's going to get the chance to pop it. In fact, dies to the Breathe Fire, the Tidebringer, the Torrent, all of that jazz going the way of OG. And that will help No Tail pick up his Chrysalis. The TP from Fly canceled. I think he was getting X marks, but didn't go. And he wanted his Perseverance. Now OG, for the first time in this game, have the opportunity to take Roshan. No Milan means that I don't know if Kaipi really want to try to contest this. But, yeah, this is quick.
All right, well, Arise should go all in on damage here at the bottom lane if they're going to give up Roche like this. Unfortunate, but at least he brings the tower down to half. That's something.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job there. The AC, the attack speed going to work. That cheese? I just heard a cheese being popped. I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, ate it. Meanwhile, he rolls onto Arise. He has BKB. They have the Solar Crest on him as well. The Creep Wave will give them vision. But this is going to be hard to kill this Quap as the Blink is back up and he just gets out, no problem. Or does he? Here comes Ana. The Dragon Tail comes out. But
They can get the Yules.
it was close. It was very close. Not close enough.
Derek's just isn't fast enough with his current skill set. He needs like Force Staff or Blink Dagger. Have that real mobility on ET. I do like Solar Crest though. Solar Crest is a good item for this game. You have these big, tanky, meaty heroes that do a lot of right-clicking. This allows the Solar Crest to either have more effectiveness because you're putting it on a tanky ally, and he gets an evasion and even more armor to be able to work with, or it makes some of these heroes from Kaipi, like the Queen of Pain, who's looking to blink in, BKB, and just fight you. It makes her a lot squishier. So,
yeah, I mean, she's already dying pretty quickly in a lot of these fights too. We haven't really even talked about natural order. I mean, this natural order, I think, is crushing. It's going to be crushing the team. They do have an AC. They have other things to work with. They have the BKBs, obviously, but well, it doesn't really matter that they have the BKBs. But still, I mean, they have plenty to work with here when it comes to staying alive in some of these team fights.
man, it just sucks that Kaipi weren't able to take more towers.
Yeah, they've taken one tier 1 mid and then the full lane bottom, and that is it. They have not even taken. They've been working on the tier 1 tower top for about a minute and a half, and they finally will take it after this cliff goes. Yeah,
I feel like if just like a couple of these team fights, if they had set it up better or just executed slightly better, they could have won the team fight and then taken the tower, and then from there they would have had this this really prominent map control that would have kept OG from being able to farm. But instead, OG has actually farmed pretty well. Like, they've kept pace with Kaipi despite going into these team fights. It looks like they've got no tail dead to rights, actually. Oh, never
he's
mind.
X'd, and he heads back to his team. They throw a lot at him, and he's like, well, I'm alive. That was very close, though.
Yeah, I thought maybe because of the Orchid silence, he wouldn't be able to pull himself back in time, but
He's good. He's barely good, but he's good. Tier 2's being traded across the map. Upheaval will go on to Ana. Slithering Crush. Uh-oh. Ana in trouble. A couple of bashes. Now the Magic Missile. He's in trouble, and he will finally fall. It's just the Aegis, and S4 jumps in. The split narrowly dodges that Golem drop. Meanwhile, they actually get off the Death Ward, but it gets canceled immediately. They'll bring him down with the Earth Splitter. The Torrent finds RC. He'll fall. Double kill for Drex. They also bring down both of the Golems. This might be the opening they're looking for here, Cap.
yeah, this is looking good. OG can at least try and force buybacks. We know there isn't any from Kaipi, so Kaipi are going to have to go into a 3 versus 5. They still have the BKB up on the Queen of Pain, though, so they can fight this one, even at the numbers disadvantage.
She's gonna pop it. Here comes the Lotus Orb. She's taking so much damage, she has to blink out narrowly alive. Boat 7 will not be lucky enough. He doesn't have buyback. This tier 3 will almost certainly drop. Uh-oh, 3-3 getting chased down as well. He got hit up with Stomp. And there's a couple of right clicks. Look at Fly's damage go to work. 30 stolen intellect. Now they're going to find the Yules, the Stomp as well. The Orchid comes out, but it doesn't do enough. She buys back instantly, and all of a sudden, one full set of racks gone, and this game looks awful for Kaipi at this point.
Slaughter slightly out of position, and 3-3 doesn't swap him out of that fight, and then he swaps Arise into that engagement. Just made everything look so much worse. Now buybacks have gone down, but OG are still going to make a clean escape.
I mean, hell, they got a Scythe now on Elder Titan.
Damn, Jerix.
Yeah, he is farmed. He's very farmed. Whew. All right. Well, what do you do here for Kaipi now? I mean, you just lost a set of racks. I mean, you were kind of already sort of dwindling down in terms of itemization. You weren't getting kills on towers. You weren't pushing base. So what do you do here to be able to get back into this game?
You're hoping for the right smoke pickoff when Roshan is up. So I think they almost need to play it cool and just kind of like sit back and farm as best they can. But at the same time, this is not what this lineup is supposed to do. You know, even though you have a Warlock, you're supposed to kind of be constantly fighting. But this is one of those situations they can't do that. I think they need to sit back. They need to get the right pick off in order to get Roshan. They get Aegis and Cheese in their hands. Then they can try and go high ground again.
Smarts from 7. He's going to get stomped up. No Tail is transitioned into a Chrysalis and inevitably Daedalus later down the road. And OG has picked up a Lotus Sword for Fly. He had his Perseverance earlier. There's a lot of big items that are coming out for OG. We already talked about the Hex, obviously. Shiva's Guard for S4 on top of Boots of Travel. And an Ultimate Aura picked up for our Ana as well. Some big items. Some very big items.
Shiva's feels really good on Brewmaster when you get it finally, because not only do you initiate with the clap, but also the Shiva's slowing the heroes down to a crawl, so you guarantee that you're going to get a really good primal split in.
Yeah. He's already had a couple of good ones, too. I mean, like, S4 actually has done an amazing job this game. 10, 8, and 13. His primal splits have been game-saving. Great BKB. The Bone 7 initiation not going to work out. Chaotic Offering is going to get dropped nicely. Meanwhile, the jump in. Alon looking for that Death Ward. They've already taken down one. It's Fly. Meanwhile, Ana's going to fall next as well. It comes down to No Tail as well as S4, and they're doing a lot of great work so far. Jirax gets the Yules off in time. His Hex is already on cooldown. Torrent up. They want 3-3. BKB's down for him. They will have the primal split done momentarily, and the Chaotic Offering is still going to work. 3-3 still might fall in the end. It's a 4-for-3 exchange. Pretty good fight so far. They might get all 5, but will they lose a 4th hand before they get S4? The Shiva's Guard is there, but don't worry. Arise is there to save the day and turn this into a 3-for-5, and they get the gem back as well.
Yeah, Kaipi, despite the failed initiation of the Slaughter, thanks to the quick BKB of S4, they still played that out really well. They targeted the backline almost immediately. They got this really good golem onto 2 heroes and then managed to kill Fly before Global Silence. And that's the big difference, right? Is that OG also went for the backline, but Warlock's golem had already been dropped, and Witch Doctor had already thrown out whatever damage he could. So while you may have scared him away, it doesn't really change the fight all that much. What Kaipi targeting those supports and managed to get them before the big ultimates changes the fight entirely. So Kaipi need a couple more engagements like this. But the problem's going to be is they need to find that engagement on OG's side of the map so they can finally take objectives. And so far, every single fight, I think, that's been on OG's side of the map has gone poorly for Kaipi.
It's easier said than done at this point. OG are that might have been one of the worst fights they've taken all game, and it was still very close. And now they have the Daedalus up for the Coco. They're going to have some extra team fight. They'll probably be getting better initiations than the one they had previously as they got jumped on by that Chaotic Offering. I do want to ask you real quick about itemization. What is Ana building? Is that ultimate orb? I'm curious as to what you think he's going to be picking up next.
Honestly, he could just go late game Scotty. That wouldn't be a bad option. Just try and go like max stat efficiency. You're reaching late game. Late game item is nice. Lincoln's would also be okay. I guess it would stop maybe. I actually don't think Lincoln's is all that good in this game. For the most part, like he could stop the Orchid or something, but I don't think that's really efficient. I think he just tries to stat up as best as possible.
Scotty will help him out with that for sure. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. They'll jump in, they'll push this wave out too, and it might just be waiting for Roche, which is already up again, surprisingly enough. I didn't think it would be up that quickly, but I guess this game is going faster than I anticipated. And they could head over there anytime they want. First, they'd probably like to push out bottom, which Arise is doing a great job of keeping hemmed in. And so they're still in this. Yes, they're down 1 set of racks, but that last team fight has given them, Kaipi, a bit of room to work with. There's only about a 6,000 net worth advantage coming out for this Dire team, or this Radiant team, excuse me.
The fact that Arise had to blow his buyback in that last fight, and they actually didn't get anything really good, that bottom lane push, I mean, set back his Scythe of Ice so much.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he does have it now, but that's an item he's been trying to build for like the last 15 minutes. You know, he got AC around 30 minutes.
Yep.
And just bad fight after bad fights and forced him to a buyback just meant everything kind of slowed down for him.
He was top of the net worth for a long time too, and you're right. I mean, it slowed it down a lot and puts him on par with S4, who again we talked about, who had a great game, and he's about 6th slot. All he needs to do is sell his Midas, and he finds himself another item. We'll see what that is when he does purchase it. But already back into the Roche pit. And, well, Kaipi might have given up the last Roshan. They're not giving up this one. It is another an Aegis and Cheese picked up. Cheese will go to the Slaughter. Aegis obviously picked up by Rise.
Good try by Rise. He misses the Orchid, but either way, the X marks the spot was reaching its end anyway. So even if he does manage to silence the Kunkka, he gets pulled back. They didn't actually get a Yule Scepter on any of their heroes to try and deal with the X pushing. That's a bit surprising to me. I guess the only hero that could have done it really would have been Arise, maybe. That could have been a build-up for a Queen of Pain really early on.
Right.
Pretty natural build-up as well, but you could see Arise, like, he took it upon himself. He's like, I'm the highest net worth. Like, I need to turn into a right-clicking carry, and Yule Scepter would have significantly delayed that.
Yeah, I think the X marks haven't been that big of an issue, I feel like. For the most part, it hasn't been as annoying as seeing something like a sniper hit high ground or something like we saw the other day with the X marks from the Kunkka. And he's done a very good job getting off a lot of different kills and assists. He's only had 4 deaths, so this right-clicking carry seems to be working to his advantage. And now he'll build into a Bloodthorn as well, which gives him even more damage to work with.
Yeah, Bloodthorn is such an efficient item for Storm Spirits and Queen of Pains. They're also going to have the Nags on Milan. They're trying to give him the space to pick up that item. That is unlikely to be game-changing. Everyone likes to think, like, oh, the Death Ward, it does so much damage, and, it can do all these possibilities, but the truth is, like, Witch Doctor is just still a support that is easily interrupted and easily bursted down, so...
We've not seen a full duration Death Ward or anywhere close to full duration Death Ward, I don't think, in this game. I'm pretty sure. Like,
yeah, every single
hero
hero on OG has a way to cancel that Death Ward, whether it's getting a range of a stun or, say... Global silence. There's so many ways.
He's just like, I can't do anything. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna be canceled every 5 seconds. That's the life of the support, man. That's just how it goes, really. At least in certain
Witch Doctor
games.
in particular.
Yeah. Him and CM always seem to have the roughest times when it comes to those type of things. Anywho, No Tail will TP in mid. Daedalus done. I think he's picked up another item, I want to say. No, he's not. He's just got 1,000 gold for now. He's a little bit behind 3-3, but he's actually, I feel like, catching up quite nicely. He was behind the Elder Titan for a period of time back maybe 20 minutes ago when he only had about 10,000 net worth. So he's catching up. He's getting room to work with. And they have a lot of people up in that top of the net worth, whereas you really only have, like, Arise as well as 3-3 on the Dire side. That's about it.
Yeah, again, the Slardar just having a hard time. Like, he's the initiator. He doesn't have ways to easily clear through a creep wave, so he's just a bad farmer and will usually die in team fights, too. I thought maybe the BKB would finally let him live through his initiations, but it turns out that's not the case.
I gotta say, you were right on the money with that BKB for Ana. You said around 45-ish minutes, and he's picked it up about 49, so... Ana has his BKB now. I don't see his ultimate orb. I'm wondering did he sell it? It's not on the courier. He might have just sold his ultimate orb here, Cap. Interesting.
Huh. I mean, I agree with BKB. I think that item is, like... It's 50 minutes in. You don't hold on to it a little bit longer and be like, yeah, but what if I got that BKB in 60 minutes?
Yeah, he's like, I think I can get away without having a BKB right now. It's fine. It's going to go on another 20 minutes at least. Speaking of which, Mode 7 comes in. BKB's pop for here. Here's the Ghost Ship as well as the Caddock offering. Drop down. Casper fly through, bouncing pretty nicely. Still has the BKB coming up for Ana. Not used yet. Here comes the Elder Dragon Form. Still getting disabled. Left, right, center. 3-3. Pops his own BKB. Here comes the Lotus Orb as well. They'll take down both of the Golems. And now for Kaipi, it might be time to back out, but here comes that Dragon Tail. Vengeful Spirit torn it up. One more right click, they'll find it. Mode 7 initiates onto Ana with the BKB down now, and Arise comes in. Great Sonic Wave. Is it going to be enough? He has that Aegis, so if he goes down here, might not be the end of the world. You can see how much damage OG are taking right now. No Tail trying to leave. The Rum's going and getting off of them, and it looks like Ana, the Death Ward, it's the full duration dream from Milan. He finds another one. It's 3 down, and Kaipi will turn it. They will find Jirax for the upheaval as well. Now here comes Arise. His Hex back up in 1. He could use it momentarily. The Yules will be first from Jirax to try to keep himself alive. Slithering Crush. Mode 7 finds the double. 4 dead on the side of OG. What a fight.
Man, props to Milan. Like, he could have gotten it. He could have gotten into that pub mentality and gone like, yeah, but what if I hit this sick Death Ward, and I have the Ags? Well, that would be so OP. But he actually goes to Yule Scepter, which is so much smarter. Yeah. And he still manages to get off a really sick Death Ward anyway.
Yeah. We just talked about it. It's like, oh, he's not gotten a full duration Death Ward this entire game. Boom. Doesn't get interrupted, and he's good to go.
He just had really good positioning. Like, he was kind of like, he sat a little far forward in the beginning. I was like, oh, Milan's dead. But he was never there. He backed up. He went to the high ground. He just had really good positions where he would just bounce in and out with these super disruptive paralyzing casts. Like, paralyzing cast is such an obnoxious ability when you've got a bunch of melee heroes inside the jungle. You're fighting inside jungle, so there's not even creeps to mitigate it.
Yeah, was not enjoyable for OG, and all of a sudden they're watching their tier 3 tower get chunked down. Luckily enough, S4 pops the BKB, and everyone else is respawning and TPing in. Arise, no more Aegis, but he does have the BKB to go. Our Zeke TPing out, looks like he'll make it away. They do find, they can't find Milan. Oh, the Torrent and X-Mort, they do find Milan. They will catch out the Witch Doctor. Yule Scepter already on cooldown. He'll buy his Ogre Club. It looks like he knows that he's dead. Another X-Marks will go after his TP's already been used. And it was a good effort, our little Witch Doctor buddy, but you will inevitably fall for 75 seconds.
Still, though, Kaipi, they traded a Wait, was there not a buyback? I
No
swear to
buybacks.
God, there was a buyback
No
from
buybacks.
OG. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That's terrible. I thought they'd been able to force a buyback out of OG from someone, but apparently not. I was like, okay, they've evened out the scales, because Venge had a buyback in that last fight.
Yeah.
And, but now it's actually OG in favor, so they're gonna be able to ones controlling the game and potentially having that opening in the next 4 minutes to get 1 kill on the Venge, and then it's 4 versus 5 for 100 seconds.
This item is something else for S4. He sold his Midas for that. That is a refresher orb for the Brewmaster. 2 splits, 2 BKBs, 2 Shivas. He's got it all.
That Brewmaster is nothing but his ultimate and some auras, so might as well have 2 ultimates. Oh, why is Arzeek outside of the base?
No, Arzeek, you need to be with your team. Do they have a Forest Staff? It doesn't matter. He's dead. And he doesn't have buyback for 66. He's down for that long. And, well, that Aghanim's Chaotic Offering is not going to be very useful when you're in the grave, unfortunately.
Oh my
how it
god.
just
I
ends?
thought he got picked at mid, and now he's going to get picked at mid again?
Oh, no.
How does...
So the Ring Crush, Bone 7's doing his damnedest, but already the Primal Split will go. They want Milan. The Cyclone even goes into Bone 7, so he can't get out. There's the Glyph coming through. The cast will bounce and do what it can, but Milan's still getting chased down. He's getting actually pushed back into as well at this point, and Ana is just going to work on this Rax. They'll find another target. It's Bone 7 getting hit up with a boulder toss, and Cyclone as well. Jirax is getting into position now. They still will find this melee Rax. 23 seconds without this Warlock. Bone 7 going in. They want the DK. The Hex gets Lotus Orb, and here we go. S4 finds himself the Refresh Orb. They're going in again. Global Sounds. See you later, Quap. She has to buy back. She was dead for 2 minutes without it. And now she's up and ready to go. Roche respawning in 2 minutes. With the Rax down now, it looks like OG can turn their attention towards getting in an Aegis, getting out of here successfully, and then maybe finishing this game off. And it looks like the Earth Panda will be able to get out the Wave of Terror, not there in time to cancel the Blink Dagger, and all 5 look to escape scot-free from OG.
That's... Alright. I hate to go like a little bit like Nahaz on this, but, a little bit idea of risk-reward. You've already lost your tier 3 and mid-melee Rax. If you were not going to fight without your Warlock, and you were like, all right, we'll just give up tier 3 and melee Rax, then stick to that plan. Because at that point in time, what is the point of trying to fight without your Warlock still after the tier 3 and the melee Rax? The damage is already done. Like, there's no point in fighting. You might as well just sit up at the top tier 3 and just wait out the Warlock coming up in 15 seconds. Then you could have an actual engagement. Now, again, they're in the hole. This time, it's going to be a Rise without the buyback.
Yeah, I think they kind of wanted to fight, but every time Bone 7 or somebody wanted to go in, they would get Cycloned. I feel like S4 and his aggressive Primal Split did a really good job. And look at this. Kaipi are running straight down mid. No buybacks for them. Everybody on OG, short of Jerax, has a buyback. OG don't even really seem to care at this point. Look at where No Tail is. He's just, I'm in the base. Hold on, gotta buy a TP scroll real quick. Just kidding, I have bots. Wait, what? What are you, what? What are you, just use your boots to travel.
That's the least efficient thing. Oh my god, their throne is in
They're
trouble.
actually going for the
Wait.
tier 4s. S4 has to come in. He's got to use the split right now. The Chaotic Offering is already down. No Tail. Ghost Ship. This throne is taking a lot of damage. No Glyph is available. They're doing some serious work here. Arise is coming in. Can they get this done? The Chaotic Offering is doing so much work. They have to right-click it down. They will find Arise. Just barely. He gets X marked back, but it's so low.
No
Oh my god, are they
fucking
going to get
way.
this? Oh my god, they're barely going to get it. No, they won't find it. All 5 die. The throne is 200 HP, and GG is called. That was, that didn't need to be nearly as exciting as it needed to be for OG, but they will get it done. And what a game.
Alright, what the hell? Why did OG need to make that so close?
Why did No Tail?
That was
Why did
entertaining,
TP
but
scroll?
I don't know. Why did he go into the enemy's fountain to swap out his face boots for a TP scroll when he has bots? No Tail was just like lost it there. Oh, I just got a notification that I got a successful ban, so that's cool.
Nice. Go you.
Go me.
honestly.
Yeah.
That was a fun game though, Cap. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
That was great. Yeah. I mean, OG made it an entertaining game, all right. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
They certainly did. You have to give credit to Arise as well, who played a pretty solid game, all things considered. We talked a lot about Bone 7 not being able to transition, and maybe that's one of the reasons why they couldn't quite take the game late. I mean, like 3-3-2, he had a ton of items at the end of the game, but it just felt like there was that extra core, or extra 2 cores even on the side of OG that really Kaipi didn't have at the end of the game.
Yeah, the thing is, like, OG supports will naturally just scale really well. They've got a Silencer as well as Elder Titan. Those heroes are mega value late game. So it seemed like OG would have late game. But if only Arzeek didn't get caught out in that mid lane, like when they were going for that push, if he doesn't get caught out there, this game can easily push another 20 minutes. And then we would see really what would happen with these 5-minute engagements and how they break down at 70 minutes as opposed to 50.
Yeah, this game is entertaining as all hell, but it does end in a victory for OG over Kaipi. Now, this was the upper bracket, so Kaipi moves down. They're not eliminated just yet. OG will move on, looking pretty solid, all things considered, after their long break after MDL. With that said, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll have our analysts analyze that last game and see what they thought, because it was pretty fun. But for us now here, my name is Mont, as well as Cap alongside with me. We're done, I believe, for the day. An absolute pleasure to cast for you guys, and we'll send it over to a break, and then, of course, the panelists next. So stick around, guys.
Come on, pick up the phone, man. Pick up the phone, pick up the phone, pick up the phone. Josh, hey, what's up, man? So look, I know that you said that the Core 500 toaster can fit full-size video cards and AIO liquid coolers, but dude, I can't even fit the motherboard in the damn thing, so what's the deal?
What? No, dude. I said the Core 500 is like the size of a toaster. What the hell are you doing right now?
Wait, so if that's not the Core 500...
เทปปิ้งขนมปังอันนี้
Good
เหมือน
Nahas
เหมือน
meme
ขี้
is always
ขนมปัง
always a good time.
เย็นลงกว่าเดิม
The Core 500 from Fractal Design provides top-class cooling and supports full-size hardware in a compact design. Click the link in the
Florida had
description to
buyback
learn
and he
more.
could have bought
Bread
Brits of
toasting
Travel,
only
too.
supported with AMD chips.
Oh, he bought the TP for DK? I didn't see that.
Hello guys and welcome to this little tutorial that I have made about Meeple. If you didn't know me already, my name is Lizard.
I am Jesse. I will be bringing you some high quality educational content here on the Partner.
Hello, my name is Bratzi and I'm here to teach you all about techies.
Wait, so wait. Dragon Knight had boots.
Weesh. Oh, there it is. Hello, welcome back. My God, what a titillating finish that was.
That was close, man. That was 200 HP Ancient. I mean, if you're going to go balls in, go all the way, that's... Oh,
Dude, you can't
so
underestimate the Warlock Golems in that situation. They're just whomping on the towers. They're slowly stunning them. BKBs get popped. So we were just trying to figure this out. The ending there with No Tail buying the TP despite the BOTs. We're going to watch it back, but it seems like he needed to be like human courier in this situation.
right. So he got the Boots of Travels, but he buys a TP and then he gives it to Dragon Knight. But maybe I'm a Dota idiot. But how do they both TP if it was Kunkka's TP? I thought that it doesn't have a cooldown then?
No,
He gave the
gives it
TP to the Dragon Knight, then
puts
the
it on the
Kunkka
ground.
had bots.
So it's Kunkka's TP cooldown because DKs were on cooldown.
Right.
So it's like bound to the item, like, you know.
But Kunkka and the Dragon Knight are both at base. So how does that work?
What are you talking about? Here,
Because
look at
the
this.
TP scroll doesn't remain. It's not like you give it to somebody else and then that TP
yeah,
scroll is
exactly.
still yours and it shares the cooldown with Boots
Yeah,
of
so
Travel.
Anna's BOTs are on cooldown right now because he came in to get the barracks.
Yeah.
He drops his BOTs, he picks up the one No Tail gave him. That has no cooldown, so he can TP home, and No Tail still has his bots, so he TPs
Oh, I
home.
thought that I thought it shared TP cooldown. I thought that's the way it worked when
Well,
you gave somebody a TP.
apparently-
if you
well,
if you use it on your hero, yes.
If No Tail had TP'd first and then given it to him, that TP would have been on cooldown. But
I
because he gave
see.
it to him first,
These are high-level mechanics, guys. I'm not an idiot. I assure you. This is some 6K shit, all right? I'm almost there.
it really is.
Anyway.
So 200 HP, what a finisher. Very exciting.